A troubled history. Recent clashes between Israel and Iran. Israel and Iran have a long and complex history. Recently tensions have escalated. Both nations see each other as a threat. Israel is concerned about Iran's nuclear program. Iran sees Israel as a hostile force in the Middle East. Clashes have occurred through proxies. These are groups supported by each country. Israel has targeted Iranian-backed militias in Syria. Iran has supported groups like Hamas against Israel. Cyber attacks have also become more common between the two. Both sides have accused the other of assassinations. These targeted killings have increased mistrust and animosity. The situation remains volatile. Any miscalculation could lead to a larger conflict. The Shield of Persia, Iran's multi-layered defense. This intricate system is designed to protect the nation from a variety of threats. Iran knows it might face attacks from various adversaries, both near and far. To prepare for these potential threats, it has developed a robust and comprehensive defense system. This system is composed of multiple layers, each serving a specific purpose in the overall defense strategy. It's meticulously designed to deter, detect, and defend against a wide range of threats. One critical layer is its formidable missile force. Iran possesses a significant arsenal of ballistic and cruise missiles. These missiles have the capability to reach targets across the Middle East, including strategic locations like Israel. The presence of these missiles acts as a powerful deterrent. They significantly raise the cost and risk of any potential attack on Iran. Another crucial layer is its advanced air defense systems. Over the years, Iran has acquired and developed sophisticated air defense systems. These systems are designed to intercept and neutralize incoming missiles and aircraft. They are strategically deployed across the country to maximize coverage and effectiveness. This deployment ensures the protection of key infrastructure and critical military sites. In addition to these technological defenses, Iran boasts a large and experienced ground force. This ground force is tasked with defending the nation against any potential invasion. They are extensively trained in asymmetric warfare tactics. This training ensures that any invading force would face significant challenges, making a quick victory highly unlikely. Hezbollah, the sword of the Islamic Revolution. Hezbollah is a key element in Iran's defense strategy. It's a powerful political and military organization based in Lebanon. Iran provides Hezbollah with significant financial and military support. In return, Hezbollah acts as Iran's proxy in the region. Hezbollah's arsenal includes a large number of rockets and missiles. These can strike deep into Israeli territory. This capability poses a significant threat to Israel. It also gives Iran a way to respond to Israeli attacks without direct confrontation. Beyond its military capabilities, Hezbollah has a strong political presence in Lebanon. It holds seats in the Lebanese parliament and has a significant influence on the Lebanese government. This gives Iran leverage in any regional conflict. Hezbollah is deeply committed to Iran's ideology. It views Israel as an illegitimate state. This makes it a reliable and determined ally for Iran. Section 4. Strategic ambiguity. Iran's calculated response. Iran's strategy is based on avoiding a direct war with Israel. It knows that such a war would be devastating. Instead, it relies on a strategy of deterrence and calibrated responses. Iran uses its missile force and proxies like Hezbollah to deter Israel. It sends a clear message: any attack will be met with a strong response. This raises the cost of an attack, making it less likely. Iran also maintains strategic ambiguity about its capabilities. It doesn't confirm or deny having nuclear weapons. This uncertainty makes it harder for Israel to calculate the risks of an attack. In the event of an attack, Iran would likely respond asymmetrically. It wouldn't engage in a traditional military confrontation. Instead, it would use its missiles, proxies, and unconventional warfare tactics. This would aim to inflict pain on Israel and make the conflict long and costly. Section 5. The World Watches. International reactions to a potential conflict. A conflict between Israel and Iran would have global implications, affecting not just the Middle East but the entire world. The international community is deeply concerned about the possibility of such a conflict, as it could lead to widespread instability. Reactions would vary depending on their alliances and interests, with each country weighing its own strategic priorities. The United States is a staunch ally of Israel, and its response would be closely watched. It would likely provide military and diplomatic support to Israel in a conflict with Iran, reinforcing its commitment to its ally. However, the US would also likely urge restraint, seeking to prevent a wider regional war that could draw in other nations. Russia has ties with both Israel and Iran, making its position particularly complex. It would likely call for de-escalation and dialogue, aiming to mediate between the two nations. Russia would want to avoid a major conflict in the Middle East, as it could have far-reaching consequences. Such a conflict could destabilize the region and threaten Russian interests, particularly in energy and security. European countries would likely condemn violence from both sides, emphasizing the need for peace. They would call for a ceasefire and a negotiated solution, advocating for diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis. They would be particularly concerned about the humanitarian impact of a conflict, focusing on the plight of civilians and the need for aid. The international community would likely mobilize resources to address the humanitarian crisis, providing support to those affected by the conflict. Section 6. The brink of chaos, potential outcomes and global implications. A conflict between Israel and Iran would be a disaster for the region and the world. The stakes are incredibly high and the ramifications could be felt far beyond the immediate area. The potential outcomes are grim. The situation could spiral out of control quickly, leading to widespread devastation. The conflict could easily escalate. What might start as a localized skirmish could rapidly grow into a full-scale war. This could draw in other regional powers and lead to a wider war. Countries with vested interests in the region might feel compelled to intervene. The humanitarian cost would be immense. The suffering of innocent civilians would be unimaginable. Thousands, if not millions of civilians could be killed or displaced. The scale of human tragedy would be staggering. The conflict would exacerbate existing tensions and create new ones. Long-standing grievances could resurface, making peace even harder to achieve. This could lead to further instability and violence in the Middle East. The region, already fraught with conflict, would become even more volatile. The global economy would also suffer. The interconnected nature of today's world means that economic shocks in one region can ripple across the globe. The Middle East is a major oil-producing region. Any disruption here would have far-reaching consequences. A conflict would disrupt oil supplies. This would not only affect the countries directly involved, but also those dependent on Middle Eastern oil. This would lead to higher oil prices and economic hardship around the world. Consumers everywhere would feel the pinch. The international community must work to prevent a conflict between Israel and Iran. Collective efforts are essential to maintain peace and stability. Diplomacy and dialogue are the only way to resolve the underlying issues. Open communication channels can help de-escalate tensions. Failure to do so could have catastrophic consequences for everyone. The world cannot afford another devastating conflict.